Arabic Quran, the same verse says, take your wife and let none of you look back except your wife. She will be afflicted. So which one is it? Did she stay behind from the beginning, or did she leave but was doomed anyway? These are two different instructions.
There is not a book on the planet Earth in human history that has been preserved like this. In its reading, in its articulation, in its pronunciation, in its preservation. There is not a book on the planet Earth which has been preserved like the Quran.
So Muslim on planet Earth or elsewhere have no doubt whatsoever that the Quran has been preserved to the letter, to the dot and to the sound when we talk about this.
How can it be dot by dot preserved while there were no dots in 7th century? Seriously. Well, I am in this planet Earth and there are Qurans in this planet Earth. Let's look at examples from these Qurans which is in planet Earth. I didn't need it to go to another planet. Surah 17 verse 102. In one of the Arabic Quran, Moses says to Pharaoh, you have most surely known that none sent this down except the Lord of heavens and the earth. And in another Arabic Quran, it says, I have most surely known that none sent this down except the Lord of the heavens and the earth. Do you notice subject is changed? In one version, Pharaoh is guilty because he knows the truth. But in other one, it's Moses affirming his own certainty. There is no book on planet or on any other planet whose own scholars admitted it was not preserved, yet claimed it had been perfectly preserved from dot to dot, as they did with the Quran. No other book has had its own scholars lie about its preservation in this way.
If it were the case that right now, at this moment, every single mushaf, meaning book or parchment wherein the Quran was inscribed, was to disappear right now, overnight, in every single Muslim community, you will have exactly the same book with exactly the same letters, with exactly the same vowelings emerge and be transcribed and be recited out loud amongst every single Muslim community worldwide.
Exactly the same vowels? What vowels and words are you talking about? What vowels and verses are you going to use in Surah 37 verse 12? In one of the Quran, Arabic Quran, it says, rather you were amazed as they ridiculed. But in another Arabic Quran, it says, rather I was amazed as they ridiculed. So, who was amazed? The people, Muhammad, or Allah himself? That's a massive difference in meaning. Now Muslims are taught to believe that Quran has been perfectly preserved down to the last dot and the sound, but example says otherwise. Here we have opposite statements, different instructions, different subjects, and even different speakers. This is not perfect preservation. If a single word differs in a legal contract, can change the entire meaning. How much more significant are those differences in the book claimed to be the perfect eternal word of Allah? Seriously.
The Quran shall remain uncorrupted, untouched, and unchallenged until the day of judgment.
It looks like the judgment day is here. Let me make this as plain as I can, okay? Think of the situation where everyone is called to leave the building. One version says, everyone leave, but not Hatun. Other version says, everyone leave, except Hatun. Those are not the same. They could decide who lives and who dies. Or imagine a courtroom, okay? Version 1 is, you know the law, but broke it. Other version is, I knew the law and you broke it. That changes where the responsibility lies. Or think of the example of teacher and student. In one version, you were surprised by the exam. In another version is, I was surprised by exam. Same grammar, different meaning. I'm not coming up with these different Arabic Qurans. Here is a website where you can go and simply check the differences with your own eyes. Or you can simply turn to the Muslim scholar He is an example of a Muslim scholar who put together some of the differences in a PDF format. Check them out by your own eyes and by your own hands, by your own fingers as you put the words in keyboard. Dear Muslim missionaries, sheikhs and imams, I know you probably think you look very handsome as you lie and deceive your own Muslim brothers and sisters. But you've got to face the reality. You do not look handsome at all when you lie and deceive. You may think that your lies are protecting Islam, but they are not. In reality, it's because of your lies that Muslims are walking out of Islam. So, stop lying. Enough is enough. I have already given you 4 examples, and I can bring you thousands more directly from one Arabic Quran to another Arabic Quran. The words changed, the sounds changed, the letters changed, the dots changed, the meanings changed. But I don't need to. Why? Because one example simply destroys your claim. Just one example. And the question is, since there are lots of these different Arabic Qurans, and they're all different from one another, which one is the correct one? If the Quran is supposed to be perfectly preserved, dot by dot, letter by letter, sound by sound, dot by dot, then these differences shouldn't exist. So I am left asking the question, which Quran is the true Quran? Which Quran is the eternal word of Allah? Which Quran is the perfectly preserved tablets in heaven? Because if there are multiple versions with conflicting meanings, we cannot say they are perfectly preserved. At the